Bay. The Bay is like my second home, man. So what's up to the East Bay? What's up to all my people out in Frisco? You know, so.
Let me ask you, man, you know, you Filipino cat, right?
Yes, sir.
And you know, when we talk about Filipinos in hip hop, you know, where the Filipino community in hip hop has made its name is on the DJing tip. I mean, legendary. You know can you name off some of the legendary DJs?
I mean, Q-Bert, the whole Invisible Scratch Pickles crew, the Beat Junkies posse. You know, the list goes on and on. DJ Symphony, Cutting Candy, Fifth Platoon, out in New York. You know, the turntablists, after the mobile DJ thing, the turntablists, Filipinos really got a hold of that, started taking care of the DMCs and winning DMCs left to right, and you know, so.
So now, did you feel kind of strange when you stepped into the MC role?
I did.
Were you out there by yourself?
It was really because of less access, man. I really couldn't afford no turntables, and Techniques is like $500 a piece, you feel? So, you know, couldn't really dance. So MCing was the next natural thing, and it kind of went side and side with the gang thing. You know, that's how we communicated. Part of, you know, we stacking gang signs, and we talking about the neighborhood, things like that. And we did it in rap form, so I just kind of gravitated to it naturally.
Really? Were you in a gang or something?
I was, very much so, yeah. You know, being from LA, growing up in the 90s.
That was just a stereotype, man. All y'all.
I wish it was just a stereotype. No, it's you know, like, that was part of, you know, our survival, especially as immigrant people, you know, to assimilate, especially growing up in the neighborhoods we you know, lived in. That was the way to go as a youth, you know, to protect yourself, to belong, you know, gang banging.
So for, you know, we often talked about the connection with hip hop and the gangs. So being in LA, how important was it to be involved on the rapping scene and all that, or tagging and all that? I mean, did it give you status? Did it give you an advantage?
Absolutely.
Or was it?
You know, that we throw around the term hood famous. You know, we talk about a voiceless people. We'll take any opportunity we can to be heard, whether it be writing up on a wall to let you know what neighborhood you're walking into. You know, regardless of whether or not we own a brick on this neighborhood, we're gonna represent it like it's our own. You know, because we don't have anything. And so it was very important for us, you know, like I said, whether it be tagging, whether it be, now it's the rap thing, you know, they feed us basketball dreams and rap hopes, you know, and so that's where we're at right now. And it's still that way, you know, I work with gang youth now, and it's still that way in the community.
You know, let me ask you, you know, being a Filipino rapper and Native Guns, when you put that out there, obviously you weren't calling yourself Native Guns on a gangbang tip, you were coming on a cultural thing.
Partially it was a cultural thing, but yes, it was. Me and Kiwi both gangbanged. I mean, the album starts with a kid getting jumped into a gang. That's the way the album starts, you know,
right.
Because that's an experience me and him both shared. We were from different gangs, enemy gangs, as a matter of fact. So yeah, that's embedded in there, you know, but of course, we don't know how to be anything else but Filipino, so we don't want to hide from it. You know, we do recognize that hip-hop is a black art, is a black and brown art. We appreciate it. You know, we'll never get up there and say, you know, we make Asian hip-hop, we make Filipino hip-hop, because that's spitting on the ancestors who did it before us, you know. And but we can't rap about being black in America because we don't know that experience. We can only rap about being immigrant Filipino folks living in LA, you know, struggling as such.
Well, I always picked up that experience from the album, and I always felt like I was going to ask if there was pressure to come that way. You know, because early on when people came up, there's always pressure to represent, especially if you're one of the few.
Right.
You know, and I didn't know if you felt that pressure. Like,
you know, I felt it was necessary to be myself, you know, and I could only rap about my clothes and certain things for so long, you know. I would hit a glass ceiling, but when I rap about things that I experience still to this day, being a dad.
Plus, if you're a gang member, you only have Dickies and, you know, a few shoes. I mean, after, you know, I wear my Dickies and I got my Chucks.
Exactly, you know,
wait,
still in the raps.
Wait, I got my Chucks and my Dickies and my Lokes.
Right, and my Lokes and a white tee. You know, and it's still that way. I still, you know, throw my shit on the same way, but, you know, we gotta rap. I don't stray away from gangster rap. I say that I make gangster rap. I just tell the other side of the story. I just continue the story. After you do the drive-by, after you rob homeboy, when you get sent up to prison, why we hate each other? Why is it that me and a white dude can walk through Watts where I'm from, and they're gonna fuck with that white dude they're gonna fuck with me before they fuck with that white dude. You feel me?
Right.
Because it's that self-hatred that's been embedded in us, you know, for centuries. I hate other brown kids. I hate other black kids because they look like me and they ugly like I am, you know, so I'ma get them. You feel me? So those are things that I speak on. It's not that I'm doing conscious political. I'm doing gangster rap. I'm letting you know though why this is happening. You know what I mean? Like that's just the other side of it. I don't stray. I don't hide from it. You know.
You know, last thing, understanding that hip hop essentially comes from the gangs. You know, the Black Spades,
Right.
all those gangs in New York, and then morphing into that. What lessons can you take, you know, being more, you know, further away from that original history, but then having your own? What do you think people can glean from it? What lessons do you bring to it? Or do you even see a connection to the Bambaataa days and your days?
I do. You know what gangbanging is, man? Is young black and brown, marginalized, disenfranchised youth organizing, period. You know, and that's something that we've been put in these communities not to be able to do. Unionize, you know, gangs are basically a bunch of kids who got together and created a hierarchy and said, you know what, we're gonna build up from the ground up.
Right.
And that's what it is now. Unfortunately, because it's the subculture of America, we are forced to live this capitalist Republican style, you know, life. And that's where the gangs are geared towards, you know, fuck everybody else, get that money. And unfortunately, that's just how it is because that's how we feel we can stay afloat. You know, so like I said, I'm all pro gangbanging. When I tell kids, I don't tell kids they're wrong for gangbanging. I tell them, you know, this is a great thing you're doing. You're actually coming together and organizing. You just need to understand what you're doing and gear it towards.
And refocus.
And refocus it, really. I mean, really.
Like if you want to gangbang, there's some cats on Wall Street that you could really,
Right. You feel me?
Get your money that way. That's what I say, man. If you want to gangbang, that cat got money.
Right.
He's talking shit about you.
Exactly. I mean,
You know, he's easy mark.
I mean,
And he's throwing up the W. You know, he's throwing up the W. Oh, what? You're supposed to be throwing up the.
I mean, gentrification is, they gangbanging on us. They taking our neighborhoods, they're taking our sets away from us. You know, we ain't doing a fucking thing about it. I mean, they're taking our quote-unquote neighborhoods that we throw up, they're taking them away from us and building Starbucks and Jamba Juices. So gangbang that way, own something, you know what I mean? Take that money, buy property, man, make it really your neighborhood, your community.
What do you think about Homeboy Bakery and all that down there in LA now?
Like
You
the
know?
Homeboy Industries and
Yeah,
all that?
Homeboy-
Yeah. I mean, my big brother Fidel Rodriguez works for them, you know what I mean? So it's, you know, that's a wonderful organization. There's a bunch of community organizations coming up, and, you know, I support every single one of them if they're doing right, you know.
But there you go, man. We've been talking with Bambu.
Davey D.
The man, we appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Man, can we get a little rap for you, man?
Yeah, for sure. I'm in the class by myself. There is no guideline or outline, no record company help, no business plan, no brand bam. Execs can't stand Bam. Instead, they stand back and catch it from Bam. See, I pick up where rap left off before it switched, and every rapper alive start mimicking 50 Cent. Now auto-tune is the shit. And if you ain't on one extreme, you fronting like most of these rappers is. Suck it, fuck 'em, eat a dick. Don't dig 'em a little bit, a true rebel. I go after police instead. Cause see, killing other poor people is easy. Same thugs run fast when they spot that PD. I say, fuck that piggy. This one here for Tookie, I'm a loudmouth. Got my mama hushing and shushing me, look at me. You think I give a fuck who I piss off? When decade after decade, my whole people been pissed on? I'm a grenade with the ping on. So you got 5 seconds flat to get your Usain Bolt on. Nothing in the world prepare you for this. Peace to the shoes off that Iraqi journalist. Homeboy, you seen that shit? That motherfucker cocked back and flung both size 10s. We need to get live like him, but 2 shoes in his face don't erase the men, the women, little children who lost their limbs, moms who lost their kids, buried under buildings, crushed flat under US bombs. Imagine that was your mom's and someone stuck a gat in your arms. Bam, brak. Davey D.
There you go.